Hi, this is Andy from GPS Training. In this video we're going to show you what maps are available for your TwoNav handheld GPS device for both Northern and Southern Ireland. So initially I'm going to show you what maps are included with your device, and then we'll look at any other options that are currently available from TwoNav. As we do this video, it is August 2024, so options may change in the future, which I will mention later on in this video. So initially I'm just on the gpstraining.co.uk website, and at the top of the menus I've just went into GPS store, handheld GPS units, and then there's a filter at the top right where I'm just going to select TwoNav. If I scroll down the page, you can see here we've got the 5 units available. It's the Cross Plus, the Terra, the Rock, and the 2 versions of the Adventurer 2 Plus. The motor version has the motorbike mount. Now with all of these units you get pre-installed from the factory OpenStreetMaps for Western Europe, and that does cover Southern and Northern Ireland. If you purchase the Rock unit, which is the smallest unit, or either of the 2 Adventurer 2 Plus units, you do get the option when you register your unit to download the British Isles, includes Ireland, Southern and North, TomTom road navigation maps. You do have to do them as a download, but they are included for free with the Rock and the Adventurer 2 Plus units. But I'm going to show you what those maps all look like by using the TwoNav Land software. But the first thing I'm going to do is go to TwoNav's website and show you if there's any other options currently available to purchase. So I'm just going to flick onto TwoNav.com website, and I'm going to select the maps option at the top. And I found the best way to do this, even though there's filters down the side, I found sometimes when I've put countries in, it's not bringing everything up. We actually have an option here where it says search location on map. So I'm going to left click on there, and then just by left clicking on my mouse and dragging the map, I'm going to move to Northern Ireland first and zoom in just so I'm right over Northern Ireland, and then I'm going to left click on the red search. So I just zoomed in using the scroll wheel on my mouse. There was a little tab on the map in the top left where you could click to zoom in as well. Now if I scroll down here, it's showing you some 3D relief maps. They're actually just maps with elevation data. You don't physically see anything. They're actually already included the standard resolution for all of Europe on your GPS device, so you don't necessarily need to add those, and they were free of charge. You can see here the option for the TomTom maps. Again, they are included with the Rock and the Adventurer 2, but if you had the Cross Plus or the Terra unit, you can purchase those by going into the select in the countries, and it actually comes under the British Isles one, and that will cover Northern and Southern Ireland. But the one we're going to look at here is the Northern Ireland Topo Mosaic. If I go further down the page, it's actually got the OpenStreet option, but remember there's other units that TwoNav have sold in the past that didn't include OpenStreetMaps. The ones we currently sell have the OpenStreetMaps already included, which is these OSM maps, so you don't need to go and purchase those again. So we're going to look here at the Northern Ireland Topo. So it's got an option where you can click on tiles from £1.41, or you can do all of Northern Ireland for £34.61. So I'm just going to click on Northern Ireland Topo Full, and we'll just show you the information on this map. Now what it's showing you is that it comes from the LPSNI Northern Ireland organisation. So that's the Land Property Services Organisation, which is part of OS. It's telling us, in Northern Ireland that is, it's telling us it's a 1 to 50 map. Now it is dated 2012. We did notice this when we first started looking at it. We have advised TwoNav of this, and they've said they haven't had as big a demand as they expected for the island maps, but now that we're going to try and promote and push this a bit more, we're hoping to see some more options, maybe some more options of detail level, and also a newer version. So just keep your eyes peeled for that by going back onto the maps on the TwoNav site, but currently for £34.61 this is the version that you can get, and there is some screenshots showing you what it looks like, and it's telling you how much memory you're going to need on your device and a little bit extra information at the bottom. But I am going to go onto the land software just to show you in a little bit more detail what that map looks like. So I'm just going to hit the back arrow to come back out of here and just go back one step on the website. So if I went tiles, which start at £1.41, like a lot of the other maps they've got available, it means you can click on a map here, you can see all the different tiles, these square boxes. So as you click on the boxes, you see in the top right it's telling you how many tiles. So I've got here, I've clicked on 6 tiles, so that's going to be 6 times £1.41. So you don't have to do the full country if you don't want to. So I'm just going to come back out of there and we're going to look at the option for Southern Ireland. So I'm going to do exactly the same again, search the location on the map, just left click with my mouse to drag the map over to Ireland, and then I'm using a scroll wheel on my mouse, so we've got the plus and minus bar here that we can click on to zoom in. So I'm just going to zoom in on Southern Ireland and then click search. Now for Southern Ireland we haven't got any Ordnance Survey maps available at the moment, although we have been in talks with TwoNav to see if that's something they can try and source and get hold of, so that may change in the future. So currently for Southern Ireland it's either the TomTom road navigation, which are included on the Rock and the Adventurer 2 units that we sell, or the Open Street Maps, which are also included already on the units that we sell. So we haven't got at the moment any Southern Ireland Ordnance Survey maps. But I'm now going to go to the land software, which is not a software we've done an awful lot yet with at GPS Training, but it's a nice way for me just to show you what these maps look like and what you'll end up with on your GPS device. So I'm going to cover Northern Ireland first. I've actually just put a route on my unit just so I can get to an area in the Mourne Hills that you may be familiar with if you are going over to Northern Ireland. So what we're looking at here is the Open Street Map. So this is the Open Street Map that you actually get for all of Western Europe already installed. So if I just zoom out and I can move around on it, I'm just going to move into a more urban environment and zoom in just to give you an idea what it looks like. So that's in a more urban environment where we've got street names, you can see blocks for buildings. Just going to zoom out a little bit and move it around, just giving you an idea of what the style is like. Obviously not as detailed as an Ordnance Survey map, but you do get this included for free on your unit. But I'm just going to go back to that Mourne Hills area just to show you again, when we're up in the hills, that's what it looks like. I'll just hide the route so you can actually see it without the route on the screen. And there it is there. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit closer. So we've actually got a symbol for a mountain top there, but it's not actually telling me, displaying it in text what the actual mountain top is. So this is the same style map that you'd actually have on the screen of your GPS device, but remember it is included for free. I'll just put the map back in view, the route back in view that I downloaded, just so you can see that's what it would look like with the route on it. You can change the colour of your routes on the GPS device. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to hide the British Isles Open Street Mapping, and I'm going to put on that Northern Ireland topo map that I showed you. So this is classed as a 1:50 scale, and it's from the Land Property Services in Northern Ireland. It's not a map I'm familiar with, this style. It looks a bit different to our Ordnance Survey Land Ranger maps that we use where we're based, but it's just to show you what that map looks like. So if I zoom in, it is a raster map, so we're not a high definition, but it just gives you an idea what it looks like. I'll just move around again, and what I'll do is I'll flick between that one and the Open Street one. So that's the Open Street one for that area in the hills, and then if I go back to, and that is the 1:50 Land Property Services one. Again, I'll do the same as what we did with the other one. I'll move it around, go into a more urban environment and just zoom in, so it gives you an idea what it looks like. Again, I'll just turn it off and put on the Open Street one. So that's the Open Street one. To be honest, in the Open Street one, I think in the urban environment probably looks a little bit better, but potentially when you're in that more rural environment, I think having this one on, it's £34 I suppose for the whole of the country, but we're hoping that we are going to get some other options in the future along with a newer version as well. So that's me zoomed in there now with the land property 1 to 50 map. So what we're now going to do is we're going to move down to an area in Southern Ireland. I've got Carron Two Hill, apologies for my pronunciation there, but it is a range of hills in Southern Ireland. So I'm just going to move to that area and now I'm going to put on the OpenStreetMap. So other than the TomTom road navigation maps, which do just look like a basic road navigation map that you'd use on your car GPS, this is the only option that we have for Southern Ireland at the moment. So I'm just zooming in close there. It is a digital map, so it does keep its clarity. I'm just going to zoom out and go back up into the hills here, just so it gives you an idea. And if I hide the route, you can just see these are paths that are shown. We haven't actually got a legend or a map key from TwoNav yet for the OpenStreetMaps. I have requested, is that something they would be happy to produce, because it would be nice if we had a map key. So hopefully that may be something that comes in the future. So I'll just put that back to the route again. And then what I'll do is I'll zoom out and just find a more urban environment again. So this is in Southern Ireland and I'm just zooming in. So it gives you an idea. In an urban environment, I think it's a great map. It's actually a nice free map to have on your unit. Certainly great for cycling, but obviously it's not as detailed, I know, when you're in the hills. But again, we'll just zoom out and go back to this area in the hills just so you can see what it looks like. So hopefully that gives you an idea. I'm just going to see if I can actually show the TomTom map, because I have actually got a TomTom map on this on the software. So really the TomTom map, you can see when you're in the hills there's just nothing there. It's really designed as a road navigation map. So if I go into a more urban environment and zoom in, I'll just sort of zoom out here, do what I did before. This is the TomTom map, so really it's just for road navigation. It's not going to help you in the hills. And actually find, if I was a cyclist, I actually prefer probably the OpenStreetMap has a bit more information, but I know the TomTom map, when it's actually on your GPS device, there's more searchable data on it, so it's still useful to have, and it is included of course for free as a download on the Rock and the Adventurer 2 Plus devices. But that is again the OpenStreetMap for Southern Ireland. So I hope you found this video useful, just with what options we currently have available, but fingers crossed this will change in the future. If you subscribe to our newsletters from our GPS training website, we will of course update customers if we get more information and something else changes in the future regarding what options we have from TwoNav for maps for both Northern and Southern Ireland. But hopefully you found this video useful, and thank you very much for watching.